Good evening, everybody. All right. Mercy Day, the phone rings as soon as I start my video. Hot dog. All right, another spam caller. This time it was my wife's phone. Welcome once again from the beautiful, and I do mean beautiful, Tyler, Texas. All right. Well, we in the cab over at Kenworth E100. All right. Similar, but not quite like the one I drove, but all right. I had the flat top. All right. And it was just a little company truck. Had a 375 Detroit in it with a 9-speed four. All right. But this one's got 60 series 600 in it with an 18 speed. We got these portable air compressors here. We got to take over here to Coos Bay. We are in Lakeview, Oregon, so we got about 480 miles or so to go. We're getting ready to leave out of the yard here with the BHP facility. So let's get out here on the road. First, we got to get in the truck. All right, now we're in the truck. Let's bring our mirrors up, bring our Navi up. All right, here we are. Mercy Day. All right, we got 438 miles. Okay, I'm about 50 miles off. All right, here we go. First thing we need to do is look that way. Can't see much, so crank this puppy up. We'll crawl out here where we can see what's going on. Nothing that way. Let's get her done. Alright. Get us some lights on.
Turn left.
Let's fix this real quick. Hold on. F4. Steering wheel. Let's bring it down a little bit. Alright. Bring the tilt back. There. Thank you, everybody. Alright, now let's get it on the road here. Like it, give it a thumbs up. You don't, give it a thumbs down. Subscribe, hit that bell notification. Get everything I bring when I bring it. Alright.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
Comment. It don't cost you nothing to comment. Helps us get seen by more people, more places. I do apologize. I have not made a video in a little while. About a week. Quite honestly, I needed a little break, I guess. I got interested in a couple of Facebook games that I had not played in a while. I played them pretty much all week. Sort of got my fill on them, so I'm ready to get back to doing what I do, alright? Alright. No need to go too fast, we right here in town. Although the police don't come chase you in this particular game, there is a thing called realism, and I try to play with a little bit of it. Not all the time, not 100%, but I do like to play with a little realism. We just lock it in here at about 23 miles an hour coming through town. We'll just sit here and cruise. Alright, alright. Mercy. Nobody coming across the train track, so I'll go across it. Alright, 438 miles, a little bit for what I'm used to making videos. It ain't nothing for me to do it on the game. In fact, I like doing 1,000 miles on the game, but I'm not sure you would enjoy it. If you think you would enjoy it, let me know. I can do a longer run. All you gotta do is comment. In fact, I'll make it easy for you. I'll go ahead and go through this. Get on up the road here a little bit. And we're on a windy part of the road. So quite honestly, I ain't gonna go very fast. About 51 miles an hour is fine. If you would like to see a longer run, or you'd like to see me do a longer run, drop a L in the comment, alright? That's all you gotta do, drop an L in the comment. We'll take that for a long run. So if you want to see a long run, drop an L. You'd rather see short runs, drop an S. Let's see how many comments we can get. Alright, alright. Mercy. Probably won't get one, but hey, I can hope. Alright, alright. So with a 400-mile run, 438, 404 now, so yeah. Not sure what we'll talk about, but we'll figure something out. Try not to make a complaining video. More of a just relaxing, chilling, get her done type thing. Me, I like cab overs. Cab
Go
overs
straight.
are a dying breed. Very few are working models on the road anymore. You still have a few out there. Now, in other countries, they're all over the place. But here in the United States, they're a dying breed. They're no longer producing them in the United States. I think 98, 99, somewhere in there, was the last production of them. Don't quote me on that. I don't know. I don't want to misinform anybody, but I believe that's when it finally quit producing in the United States. They are less comfortable. They don't have a great deal of room to work with. And you got to continually keep it clean, because you're continually raising and lowering the cab for maintenance and cleaning, and quite honestly, if you ain't got it tied down, it all falls to the front. And if it's anything of any weight, you could be buying a new windshield. Conventionals are more comfortable. They are more common. When the government changed the length laws of a truck and trailer, cab overs fell out of favor. Therefore, they could haul a longer trailer and still be within the length law. 65 feet, bumper to bumper. I am not a fan of 53-foot trailers. They are easier to back. I give you that. Whether that be flatbed, box, whatever, they're easier to back. The longer the trailer, the easier it is to back. I don't care what trailer you're driving, you're pulling.
Go straight.
That's a given. You can put just as much freight in weight on a 40-foot trailer as you can on a 53. Now, if you're hauling toilet paper or bubble wrap or something like that, something that's light, a 53-foot trailer would be more beneficial, because
Go straight.
you can put more product on there because you're not going to max out the weight. It's that simple. But where you got weight, like you're hauling dog food or you're hauling beer or water, a 40-foot trailer is adequate, okay? Because you're going to max it out to the weight and you'll get just as much on there as you would a 53. How do you figure that? Well, on a 53, dog food, let's take dog food. A 40 or a 53, you can only put X amount of weight on there, depending on truck and trailer. And a tare weight on that is usually about 22 to 25,000 pounds.
Get ready to turn right.
So, you can only put about 40, 45,000.
Turn right.
Alright, if it's 25,000 pounds, you can put about 25 off of 80 is what? I can't think. That would be about 55, so yes, you can put about 55 on there. Alright, yeah. Or about 40,000 pounds, 50,000 pounds, whatever. Anyway, you can put just as much on there because what happens is I'm not explaining this very well at all.
Go straight.
You load a trailer full of dog food.
Get ready to turn right.
You can put about 20 pallets on there. Maybe 21.
Turn right.
But generally about 20 pallets. Okay. And when everything's said and done, guess what? You're going to be just a few inches off of that rear door. Okay? Where a 53, you'll have about 4.5 feet of dead space. Empty cargo room. Okay. So you're not gaining anything because you're still only going to put 20 pallets of feed on that truck. So now you're carrying around an extra 4 feet, 5 feet of dead space. And then you got to put load locks, etc. in it more so than you do a 48. A 48, you could probably get away without putting any load locks in because the product's right there at the back door to start with. Flatbed, same thing. You can only put X amount of weight on there before you're maxed out on your weight. I remember I had a forklift operating job, and I loaded trucks all day long, every day. And I would load that truck out, and I'd have to double stack things on a shorter trailer. sometimes triple stack. But I could make it work and still be within my weight limits. A 48 to a 53 was better. I didn't have to double and triple stack as often. But I was dealing with pipes and crates, and you double and triple stack those anyway most of the time. But what I'm getting at is whether you're 40 foot or you're 53 foot, you're going to haul about the same amount of product. The only time you would haul more product is, like I said, if you're hauling styrofoam or something light. So I remember one time there was a trailer. Nobody wanted to pull this trailer. Why? There was nothing technically wrong with it. It was a 40-foot trailer. Had a decent floor in it. It had a hole in the roof, yes. Minor leak. In fact, it was sealed up with an aluminum patch, but they didn't seal it properly and it would leak. But there was nothing wrong with the trailer for what they were hauling. I mean, what they were hauling didn't even require to be dry. We're talking metal pipe fittings. I'm rolling. Stop. Okay, so it didn't even matter if it got wet or not. But nobody wanted to pull it because it was a 40-foot trailer. And I'd grab that trailer. I'd be out there making it happen. And people used to laugh at me for it.
Keep right.
That's all
Then turn
right. I made just as much money as they did.
Turn right.
Pulling a smaller trailer. And I didn't have to look for a trailer. Because nobody wanted to touch it. Alright. Down here on the big road. Tired of going through town. Get out here and get her done. Let this old dog eat. But the worst trailer I ever pulled was a 38-foot step deck box truck. Yes, you heard me right. They used to be a thing. The design was very poor. You couldn't put nothing on the deck or hardly get anything off the deck because there was no way to drive up into it. You'd have to set a pallet on it, grab a pallet, and push it in. But you had to be very careful because the mast on the forklift
Keep right.
would
Then
hit the
exit
ceiling.
right.
So it was a very poor
Exit
design. And I only pulled that trailer one or two times before they got rid of it. It was not a very easy trailer to drive as far as loading it and unloading it. And it was a pre-73 trailer. I don't remember what the year was of it, but it was pre-73. And those of you that are true old hands know that a pre-73 would
Go straight.
bleed down and release the brakes. There was no air pressure to hold them. They would just leak off, and new safety rules and such, they stopped that from happening. But before 1973, all trailers would bleed off and you would have no brakes. And often drivers would back into those trailers to get up under them, and the trailer would be a little bit low. And all that. They'd bump into it and the trailer would take off rolling. It used to be almost a mandatory thing where you had to hook up on your airlines before crawling under the trailer so that you would have brakes. I say almost mandatory. Probably should have been, but yeah, it was the way it used to be. Well, we got 223 miles to go. And it's 2:08 in the morning. We should be there about 7 o'clock. Okay, we'll get her over here, go through this checkpoint. All right. Now these agricultural checkpoints are a thing, and California is about the worst of them all. Do you know I cannot have a banana, an orange, an apple, a pear? I cannot have any fruit in the cab going across one of them checkpoints. And the reason for that is they don't want any contaminated foods coming across their line. It's a little ridiculous, I bought the banana. I should be allowed to keep and eat my banana. A lot of people don't even know that is a thing. And it is. And you can check into it yourself if you don't believe me. But I would not give you any information knowingly that was incorrect. I'm not here to mislead you or flat out lie to you. That's just not what I like to do. I don't like to be misled. I don't like to be lied to. So why would I want to do that to someone else? Just wouldn't be right. But these checkpoints are set up to control disease or whatever from entering. I'm already up here, so might as well keep going. Well, I come close to that barrel. And every state has their quirks. Every state has their silly rules. I mean, they just don't make good sense to the average person. But they are rules nonetheless and must be followed. I never went to California much. I think my whole career I may have went once, but I wasn't in there long enough for the devil to know I was there. Just 8 or 10 miles over the border, dropped my load, turned around, got up out of there. Now, New Mexico. Boy, I had to get a permit every time I went into that state because my truck was not registered to operate in that state as a norm. Although I spent much of my end of my career in New Mexico, Arizona. What I found funny was I could go to Arizona, Colorado, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, no problem. But every time we went through or into just the two big ones, Mama. Mama letting the dogs in. We would have the permit because it costs so much for a permanent pass, like United States. My company was just a little company and flat couldn't afford it. It's a heck of a place to break down there, buddy.
Keep right, and then turn right.
Every time we
Turn
went
right.
to New Mexico, had to stop and get permits. And Mexico, I don't know what the problem was, but nobody in my company
Get ready
wanted to
turn
drive
right.
it. Might have been the permit thing, I don't know. But they kept me there.
Turn
That's
right.
where I was most of the time. We did have one driver. He would flat refuse any load going to New Mexico. Now, whether he had a personal reason for that or whatever, I don't know. I don't know if it was a legal reason or what, but he would not go to New Mexico for no reason. I never had a problem with it. The only thing I did not like about driving in New Mexico was the truck stops. There are just not very many places in New Mexico for a truck to pull over, take care of business, get his nap in, fill his belly or anything. There's just not many places. Kinda like going through New York or New Jersey. There's just nowhere to pull over. And when you do get a place to pull over, it's usually so full you can't find a parking hole. But as far as actually driving, roads are wide open most of the time. You get toward a bigger city, whatever, yeah, it might get a little congested there, but for the main part, the roads are pretty well open. Never had any problem actually driving it. I only got pulled over in New Mexico one time. Got pulled over. Actually received a ticket for failed headlamp, but that was a truck ticket. The company paid it and went on. I didn't have to do nothing but turn the paperwork into the company. They took care of it. But I never had to go to court on it or nothing, because the company said Okay, let's pay it. They paid fine, and that was it. But it was the only one time I ever got pulled over in New Mexico. Well, we got to 53 miles. We're about to cruise day, everybody. Sure is some pretty scenery. That's one thing I gotta say about that little company I worked for there at the end. They were real good about taking care of the equipment. If you had a problem, you had a problem. Let's fix that problem. You needed fuel, you had a fuel card, pull over, get fuel. You need a headlamp, pull over, get you a headlamp, whatever it was. They didn't micromanage that like some companies do. And I can understand some companies doing it because they got to know where every penny goes for what. Oh, shoot. Golly. Yeah, I did. That would have killed him. Man. That was a heck of a crash. Oh, if I get the truck fixed now, look at that. I'm half yellow, half red. Yeah, buddy. Oh, that snuck up on me. Yeah, you're going to see it because I'm not going to rerun the run just for that. No. Uh-oh, my truck malfunctioned. Start up, truck. Come on, 23 miles. Wow. I drove right over the top of that car. About to catch up with that train. Dang, gummit, that was ugly. But there's no need to stop. I mean, in the game, nothing's going to happen anyway. But in real life, I wouldn't be driving. Would total this vehicle out. Been looking at a corpse, because I would have killed whoever was in that dang car. And look at this here, this guy's sitting partially in the lane. I got room to get around him. Wow, that was a mess up. Here we go. Oops, wrong button.
Keep left and then turn left.
That's a little difficult to drive.
Turn left.
One thing about the game, they've added some features. Like when your truck's damaged, it is a little harder to steer it.
Get ready to turn
etc.,
right.
etc. But
Turn right.
it doesn't really show damage. No, it shows it as far as paperwork or something like that, or like that little truck error.
Get ready to turn left.
But see, we'll get out here in a minute and I'll show you.
Turn left.
There's no damage on the truck that you can see.
You have arrived at your destination. Your route guidance is now finished.
Now, where they want it. I bet they want it in that open bay right there. Yep, just here inside of that blue truck. Well, there we are. We got a reasonable. We got 6.4% damage. Not real good there at the end. Let's see what we got going where. Coos Bay to Coos Bay. A crawler carrier. Let's take that real quick. Begin. Now, as I said, we're going to jump out. We'll come up. We'll come to the front. No damage. It shows 0 damage. Although I am at pretty near 50% damage. Wish it would show it on the truck to match, but it don't.
Let's go.
I think the thing I enjoyed most about driving the cab overs was I could turn on a dime. Let's see here. How close are we, folks?
Drive safe.
Pretty close. Not perfect, but pretty close. Alright, we got 11 miles to go. Then we're going to get this thing fixed.
Turn right, and then turn left. Turn left. right. Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
Well, I sure screwed that up there, didn't I? Oh well. I show you my screw ups. I'm not afraid to let you know I'm human. I have seen many videos. They won't put them out unless everything goes just right. Like they're afraid. Oh, he's seen me screw up, so he. You're human, just like the rest of us. But we'll have this dropped off in a minute, and then we'll end the video. Then I'll go get the truck fixed and meet you in the next video.
Go straight.
Oh.
Go straight.
Well.
Keep left.
Hey, looky
and then
there.
turn left.
There's a repair facility right down the road. That worked out pretty good.
Turn
then.
left. Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
In fact, what we'll do, we'll run down here.
Get ready to turn right. Turn right, and then turn right.
Get this thing fixed and we'll bring it right back.
Never mind. I'll find a new route. Turn right. Okay, let's find a new route. Get ready to turn right. Rerouting.
Alrighty. It says 29%, but it sure felt like more than that. Alright, truck's fixed.
Turn right. Go straight. Turn left, and then turn right. Turn right. Good driving.
Open the gate I want in. Let that set fall all over. Don't cut it hard. Now what we'll do, hit that brake. We're going to jump out. And there's the crawler. Alright. So that's what that looks like. Alright. Let's drop that load. Excellent run. Alright. We got the truck fixed. Got the load there. We smashed the truck up. What else? Alright, y'all be careful. Y'all be kind. May God bless you and keep you.